Feminists do not want you to see this movie.
Men and boys are in crisis and they need your support because they are human beings too.
Maybe it's just because you're pathetic.
The paradigm that most people live by. Men have all the power, women don't make the same money for the same work. That is feminist training.
You know, grow up.
She told her friend she's going to trick me into fathering the child.
I called a bunch of domestic violence shelters. Every place said, we don't help men.
I know that sounds like some clickbait shit, feminists don't want you to see this, don't click this. No, it's true, they tried to get it banned in Australia and a whole bunch of other places. There's protests about it every single day. They also filled in a bunch of fake names at one theater so it would be sold out so nobody could see it. That is how butthurt they are about this thing simply existing. Lord knows I love the Streisand effect, so I just had to see it. Now, I don't want to give too much away about the documentary because it's that good, and I don't want to throw spoilers at you, but I cried 3 times. Skeptic's shirt was just full of mascara and eyeliner, but that's all I could say without giving away why. You just gotta see it. Cassie J is a feminist, and she is the creator of this documentary. She was researching rape culture, and she accidentally stumbled upon the MRA website, A Voice for Men. But instead of just rage quitting, she dug deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole and actually decided to make a documentary about the men's rights movement. She keeps a little video diary through the whole thing, and I think that's one of the most interesting parts, because you really see her internal struggle.
The tides are changing, and women are have the better deal. Well, no, I don't know. And then sometimes I think the MRAs are just duping me.
One of the things that really stood out to me was when the MRAs were having a protest in Toronto and there was 20 people and the guy was like, wow, this is the biggest turnout we've ever seen. Awesome, I'm so glad you guys care about men's issues. And there was only 20 people there. It made me think about the Women's March in Washington that had 1 million people show up. And these issues are just as important as those issues, but nobody fucking cares. That is one of the biggest themes through this whole documentary is nobody fucking cares. The documentary. It's just so funny seeing these dozens of feminists protesting, screaming at the top of their lungs at these peaceful people just talking about men's issues, not saying anything bigoted or hateful or anything.
Advocating for the rights
That's another ongoing thing through this whole movie, is these people just having very peaceful talks and just getting disrupted by feminists screaming, "This is what men's rights look like! This is what men's rights look like!"
Fucking great apologist, incest supporting, woman hating, fucking scum.
Pulling fire alarms. Another thing that stood out to me is the difference in support these two groups have. The feminists had these huge organizations and magazines, and the MRAs just held little meetings in their tiny little suburban houses. The double standards about domestic abuse is something I care a lot about. I've talked about it on this channel, but they go into so much detail about this. It's overwhelming.
1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men will be victims of physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime.
And then after this, she gets the feminist's opinion on this.
On the whole issue of domestic violence, that's just another word, really. It's a cleanup word about wife beating. And it's not girls that are beating up on boys. It's boys that are beating up on girls.
And this is why feminism is a joke. I also love how she interviewed the meme, the myth, the legend, Big Red.
Don't even start with that whole, but you don't think about the men's issue. Well, then you know what? Start your own goddamn movement.
Yeah, get your own movement, silly boys.
12 seconds later.
Racist, sexist, anti-gay, MRA, go away! One of the biggest things that really stuck in my head about this documentary was how every time Cassie went to interview the MRAs, they were respectful, they always had facts, they threw out statistics, they had stories and things like that, and it was wow, you just learned a lot. But then she would go to the feminists, and it was just all They think, they believe, they want to shut down women's shelters, they hate women, they think this, they think that. It was all strawmen. It's like they just painted the MRA whatever they wanted and then like attacked that. It was just armchair psychology. It made me realize they're exactly how they are in real life, how they are online, and that surprised me. It shouldn't have surprised me, but it did. Oh, and the other memorable thing was probably this clip.
He promised me we would have 2 kids, and now he doesn't want any more. My friends think I should trick him and stop taking my birth control.
Clap if you think that she should trick him.
Women were a mistake. What is that guy doing? Why are you clapping? Cease. This movie honestly reminded me of why I'm not a feminist, why I don't agree with their rhetoric or their attitude, why I'll never be a feminist. All of my fans watching this right now, you will fucking love this movie. Mwah, mwah, 10/10. And if you consider yourself a feminist, please consider watching this. They don't bash feminists or anything like that. It's very neutral. I think you will really, really appreciate this perspective. Please keep an open mind. I promise it's not scary. So down there I posted some links of where to watch it. If you download it on YouTube too, I'm in the comments. I'll see you guys soon with a new video.
I don't see my son anymore.
Cry me a river.